Ever wondered what it takes to produce some of the biggest hits of all time? The Weeknd is a 7-time diamond artist known for creating some of the greatest synth pop / R&B of our generation. And today I'm showing you exactly how to recreate his signature sound. From the drum sequencing tricks that top producers don't share, to the analog synth techniques that give his records that cinematic glow. I'm revealing the stuff they really don't want you to know when it comes to making hits. Let's get into it. All right, so the plan for this video is to show off his R&B and pop sound both in one beat. So I'm gonna start off by creating the melody in this room, and then around halfway through, we're gonna switch to the synth room so that we can use the actual synths that you hear on these Weeknd records. One thing that you hear in common with songs like The Birds Part 2, The Morning, Wicked Games, and so many more is that they all start off with this sort of dark guitar.
Bring your love, baby, I could bring my shame.
So yeah, let's do exactly that. And this guitar has a lot of vibrato on, so we're gonna bring this to number 1 and actually add that vibrato ourselves. We're gonna go to guitar rig 7 right here. Ooh. So let's just make a chord right here. And after I do this chord, I'm gonna put this into more of a strum pattern. But for this chord, we wanna have a 4th note. And obviously we need a bit of tension here. And then of course, we're just gonna bring these out, so it's not just one chord. But it doesn't sound dark enough. There you go, that sounds a little bit better. So I actually brought this BPM down to 100, and we're gonna just double time this and maybe bring this down a little bit. Oh, that's the one there. That's the one right there. So if it's the Weeknd, man, we need to just bring this across like this. Just add loads of space. On a lot of the Weeknd songs in general, their chord progressions are so simple. It could literally just be going down the scale. It's just how they manipulate that. So we're gonna do exactly that right now and just use these 4 notes. Again, another tension note. And then make this into the strum note again. And then, yeah, same thing here. Just bring this down. I like that. Sounds very eerie. So I've actually pitched this up because I want to export this out and pitch it down, because I feel like then it's going to have more of a sort of vintage feel to it. There you go. Like, come on. Another thing we can do is we can use the stretch pro effect. That's going to manipulate the sound again. Like that, so it just adds a little bit high end, you know what I mean? This sound, I'm going to try and make it sound a little bit more vintage. So let's go to Waves and let's saturate it a little bit. Angelo, who's one of his main producers, uses a lot of Waves plugins for his melodies. So kind of following his footsteps right here. That's pretty cool. I'm going to over compress it too. It's compressing a lot. And one more thing, we need it to sound a bit more detuned. So for that, let's use an unfiltered audio needle point. This is something that Angelo actually uses. So this is, yeah, perfect for this. Adds like a lot of texture there, you know? With a lot of these guitar plugins, one thing that like a lot of people ignore is that there are really cool effect parts that you can add into this. Oh, maybe these actually. Oh, hold on. Oh my, wait. Yo, that is quite cool. That is quite cool. So that sort of chord feature right there. We can use quite a similar effect chain right here, but I want to add a little bit more of a vibrato to kind of follow that idea that I said about at the start. That's cool. I like that. Add a little bit of Mondo mod on. Angelo literally uses this plugin. Change the BPM to 200 though. Sweet. All right, so now we have the guitar done. I want to add a piano. And with this piano, I'm literally going to follow what we have here, but just make them chords. Okay, that sounds like too much tension. Maybe bring one of these up. That's cool. And then same thing here. And then, yeah, I'm just going to do this across the whole thing. Damn, the chords sound crazy. And now that we have this piano chord progression, I'm just going to click strum. Sounds cool. One thing that you see Angelo do actually in his production is he's gonna put on this granular delay effect. One really cool plugin that I found is this thing called Temperance Light. Initially, this is a reverb, but it's got harmonics in it, which is really weird. I have never heard of anything like that before, but it gives us a really cool sound. Like, bro, do I even have to say anything? That sounds crazy. Initially, I can't really describe exactly what it's doing, but it's a melodic reverb. Normally, reverb is actually just the same sound with decay. With this, you can choose the notes that the reverb hits, which is really like in depth, But when you can use it, this can sound crazy. If we bring the tempo this way, then it's going to avoid these notes right here on the reverb. Sounds crazy. Now if I bring it here, it's only going to play these notes. You hear that? We're going to do some cool stuff with this. So we're at G minor. So I'm just going to use the G minor scale for here. And now let's actually explore this out. And this is the trick that I want to show you guys. I'm going to click reverse on this. Just move all of these notes so they're the same as they would be if they weren't reversed. That makes sense. I'm just going to use that for like the second part of each. That's cool. It's cool like that. All right, so now for the next part of this, I'm going to get another guitar, but it's going to be an electric guitar, and I'm going to use this in the lower octaves. Of course, if you listen to Wicked games, then you hear this pretty much the whole way through, so I think this would be really cool for like an intro.
I left my girl back home.
That's nice. Okay, so now I have this. Maybe if I bring this across and then I just bring this up an octave, be a cool little layer. Oh, that'd be great for the drop. I'm going to put this guitar actually on a different mixer channel right now. I'm going to change it a little bit so it doesn't sound exactly the same. Well, I kind of like that. That's kind of sick. Woo! And some delay on that as well. Bring it to like a very quick delay with loads of feedback. Nah, this sounds crazy, bro. Okay, so now we have this, man. I feel like the one thing that's missing is some synths. So let's put some synths on this. Okay, so now we're in the synth room, and yeah, this part's gonna be fun. Elangelo is known to have a Moog 1 and a Super 6 synth, if I'm correct. Of course, we have the Moog 1, but we've recently sold the Super 6. We used to have one, but we've got the Super Gemini, which is pretty damn close. Yeah, I'm gonna start by hopping on the Moog 1 because that's the literal exact synth that he has. And we're gonna add some stuff on top of this before we put some drums on. All right, I feel like we might have enough there. I'm gonna go through these recordings, try and see if there's anything that we can like grab from this. Man, you can't beat the sound of real synths though, man. I played some really cool chords at one point. I want to grab that. Nah, yo, come on, man. That's sick. Let's put some things in between. So I have these times where I'm just playing. Can't fit them there. Oh, it was already there. That's hard. So I feel like this sounds too like happy, I guess. So let's make it sound a little bit more moodier. So I'm gonna throw this through Temperance Light again. Real quick, I want to thank Eventide for sponsoring this video and send me over this plugin. The light version is actually free right now. So if you guys do want to try us out, then you can literally try us out for free. So be sure to check that out at the top link in the description. It just makes it sound so much bigger. So I want it just to play a G minor. So like you hear those frequencies if I put it on max. That just completely changes the sound. I like that more. It sounds more in the back now. Oh, we can change when it comes in. I want us to come in like after like a second. Ugh. Now that is crazy. Oh, I like it just on that first one. Hold on. There you go. I don't want this just to play on that first chord. Maybe on this one as well. All right, so yeah, we have these three sections here, and now it's time to put the drums on. So this part is really fun. When it comes to drums, Elangelo is known to use a lot of plugins to actually create the drum sequences. My favorite one is this one called Visco. He's used this on streams before, and it really creates a whole different bounce that helps inspire that sort of Weeknd vibe, you know what I'm saying? So he only exports a certain part of the drums, flips it, and then just adds to it, you know what I'm saying? It's really cool, really creative. So let's try and find a cool drum bounce here. Hold on. Oh, that sort of bounce there. I feel like we should grab that. So now we have that sort of hi-hat bounce just out of nowhere, you know? Pitch that a little bit, get rid of some frequencies. And now for a snare, on these sort of beats you hear either like a rim or some sort of rough snare, if I'm honest. So let's find one of them. Oh, actually. I like that. That's nice. All right, yeah, let's get a kick on this as well. And a kick pattern, it's gonna be so simple, these drums, honestly. Might honestly do that. Bit delay on that. And now what I want to do actually is I want to grab this hi-hat pattern, right? And I want to have like another layer of percussion over it. So a really cool way which Elangelo actually does to do this is he'll make this unique and just put some sort of different effects on it. So for this one effect I'm going to put on is of course Temperance Light. That sounds a little bit more like thinner. And I'm going to put on a Arturia EFX Motions right here, which is again a plugin which Elangelo actually uses. Literally do exactly what he would do and throw it through here to try and find a different pattern. That's kind of cool. So now I can hear. Sounds like a new layer, right? What I really like about EFX Motions is something that's actually kind of annoying low-key is when you don't have it playing, it's still going to play. It's not even playing, and you can still hear the effect. But I really like the sound of that effect, so I'm actually going to export it out so as like a little percussive layer if we bring this down an octave as well. I feel like here we need like more crazy synth stuff, you know what I'm saying? Let's put the Juno one. Hold on. Yo, we gotta add a bass in, man. Put a Juno, that would be crazy. Yo, hold on, we have some heat there. Hold on. That bass, like a switch up on the bass would be crazy. Oh yeah. All right, so yeah, this is definitely the drop section. So I think we need one more thing. We need like a bit more of a quicker sort of percussive element. So let's go to another plugin, which of course, for the millionth time today, Elangelo uses. And it's this one called Unfiltered Audio Battalion. Oh, I like this. Just remove some elements in this. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm gonna record this. And I want it to sound a little bit more like a Congo, so I want to throw it through some effects. Hold up. Wait, that sounds cool. See, again, it's doing that thing where I can hear the tail. I love that. So we're gonna export it out so we can hear that tail. Saturate this a little bit. That's sick. Like, bro, let's just start to arrange this now. I want to start with this down even lower. Yeah, nothing too crazy, you know what I mean? We definitely need some white noise. Come on now. I know one of these has white noise on. Yes, I want this. This is went down a path for sure. This sounds crazy though. Turn down a little bit. Of course, we need side chaining on this. This sounds really cool, man. This is definitely the R&B sort of vibe that you'd hear on a lot of the Weeknd's music, especially like sort of House of Balloons production. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly think that we could just expand on this and make this even bigger and just crazier, you know? So we could maybe even flip this from the R&B vibe to more of like a pop vibe. If we want to do that pop transition right here, a really, really cool thing we can do, right, is so I'm gonna go to like one of the Sims and just press one note. Just watch this, all right? Okay, hit me out. And now we do a little bit of side chaining. So we're gonna go to shape box and we're just gonna do volume, side chain right here, bring this up, make it even quicker. We're gonna do a normal envelope right here. And we're gonna have notes like this. But let's just do half step and just put a little gap in between. And I'm gonna make this kind of follow the chords. Feel this crazy bass now. It goes down again. Down octave. And I'm gonna add the shape box here. And then yeah, we can create our own rhythm right here. And we can even like add some stuff here. Ugh. And now yeah, let's just change the drum bounce out. So I'm gonna go to a kick 3 right here. As I've been saying, man, this is another thing that El Angelo is known to use. We just wanna get a normal kick, but make it a little bit thinner. And of course, fill each 4 steps, put the snare in here. And now we got that pop bounce now, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let's just put our own bass and like a synth bass. I think my computer's getting a bit slow now. We need to get a normal sort of sine wave right here. I'm gonna add a bit of distortion to this as well. That's nice. Then it's just gonna follow this bass pattern. Of course, we need to sidechain this kick again. We need another thing that dun. Ah, we can use that. Real quick, can we just go over how cool this temperance light effect is? Like, I know it's sponsored, but bro, just listen to this. So we have this chord here. I'm saying it sounds cool, but then you throw it through the temperance light and listen to this. What? All right, I think we might have the final beats. So to break this down, I started off with the sort of R&B vibe with the guitars at the start and just that sort of moody intro, which you can hear in a lot of the Weeknd beats. And then I brought it into more of like a synth section. Brought a bit more of a build up here, some R&B drums, you know what I'm saying? And then that electric guitar that you can hear in a lot of Weeknd songs. And then I brought in that white noise riser that then just brings in this drop. And for the drop, of course, I added some synth chords, bass, some more percussive elements and stuff like that. And this temperance light again, man, just really did help shine on the actual melody. Honestly, I didn't even have to do too much. I just chucked that on and that sounded crazy. And then I added a bit more percussion here. And then I changed it into more of a pop section here. So we got a little bit of everything in this video. We learned how to make 2 beats when we could put them both in one. And then yeah, I just ended it with pretty much what the start was. If you don't know how to make a Weeknd type beat, I'm sure you probably do now. I also want to shout out Evan Ty for sponsoring this video, man. Temperance light, really sick. Of course, this was free. There is a paid version as well, so I do really recommend checking it out. It's a really cool plugin, of course, as you guys can see. It did wonders for this one, and I'm sure it'll do wonders for your stuff. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, time to listen to the final beat. That's smooth. It's a nice like R&B section here, you know what I mean? And some more bits coming. Then the chords. And you hear the temperance coming. You ready? Bro. And the percussion as well. Come on, man. And switch this to like more of a pop section. You ready? Woo. That's hard. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to go leave a like and subscribe. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.